Right, this is part two. I'll talk for just 30 minutes. I'm done. Or I might make a full video. See what happens. I'm gonna check my bank to see if I got paid. If I didn't get paid, then I have to go to the Coco Fruit and pick up my check, which I don't want to do. Obviously, I don't want to walk there in this cold. Yeah. The boss told me next paycheck you get direct deposit, Ivan. I should have it in my bank, money in my bank, obviously. So Ivan, you won't do book signing sessions? No, because I didn't sell. Unless people contact me and they come up to me, but like they come up to me. But I told you I don't have a contact information for people to contact me when I release my book. Hence, they won't what obviously. Or I might put a contact information in my book. I can put a contact information. I can put my email number in my book. That way they can contact me. And they might contact me. I even want to interview my book. Maybe I might do a few interviews. But I highly doubt it though. It's behind the scenes. It's behind the scenes fame, Samsara. Yeah. It's an amazing book, man. You guys will see when I'm going to read it. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. It's so good that Peter and Mel are gonna want to get their hands on my story so bad. I want to get my hands on this. I want to direct this movie. Yeah, I have so many ideas for this movie. Yeah, masterpiece. Yeah, a masterpiece. You're looking at a masterpiece. Yeah, man, a masterpiece. I'm gonna go upstairs and get more coffee, guys. Maybe like 10 minutes. I wrote an amazing book, man. Will Peter or Mel tell you to cut a few things in the story? Yeah, they will. Obviously, Peter might tell me, Ivan, cut this scene out. I don't think it's gonna work well in the movie. You should change a few things about this scene, Ivan. Okay. I don't mind us changing a few things, but don't like do drastic changes. You know what I'm saying? Like follow the story where we can make a few changes for some of the scenes and the dialogue and that kind of stuff. I'm saying? As every adaptation they have changes to what's written in the book, obviously. But don't change a bunch of stuff, Peter, like you did for Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, you change a lot of things, man, in the movie that's not in the book. Don't do that for Zayden Samsara. Yeah. For the Last of Us movie project, my adaptation based off my novel, obviously. Don't change a bunch of things in the story. Samsara. Yeah. So Peter, I'll pay him his 85 million base for the movie. And I'll give him $425 million of the box office royalties and 90 million for the merch. So we sign a 745, 750 million deal, New Zealand deal. It's a massive contract for Peter. He wants more. I'm not paying him anymore. I'm like, Peter, no. And then Mel, I'll pay him his 56 million base, $230 million of the royalties for the movie, and $35 million for the merch. I'll pay Mel. It's all contingent on how much money I make off my book. If I make 15 to like 20 billion around there, then I know I'm gonna make like about that for the movie. You can give Mel and Peter a bit more money. Give Peter his 850 million deal, but his merch stays the same, his base stays the same, and give Mel his like 300, I don't know, 30 million, 40 million deal for the royalties if you want from Mel Gibson. If I know I'm gonna make my 20 plus million off the movie. If I know I'm gonna make less, like maybe 9, 10, and they don't get any more, I'll know I'm gonna make like my 20 plus million off the movie, depending on how much I make off the book. if I make 20 off the book, and I know I'm going to make more than 20 off the movie, because the movie's more expensive than the book, and I'll make more profit, obviously, off the movie. I'm sorry? Yeah. The movie, I have high profit margin. It only costs Amazon maybe 30 bucks for the 4K Blu-ray discs. Maybe 35 bucks. If you sell it for 110 bucks, that's huge profit margin. Yeah. Making a lot of money. Yeah. Obviously. So if I make my 15-20, then I'll give Peter say 50 million deal for the movie box office, and Mel like his 40 million, I don't know, deal for the movie. Pay a bit more. If I make my 5.5, my 7 million, then they get their 425, and their 230 million for their roles to the movie. That's good enough. So it's all contingent on what and how much will I make off my book. That's why Peter's hoping I make a lot of money off my book, obviously, because he wants that $1 billion deal. Mel wants that what? He wants that, like, I don't know, almost $370 million deal, whatever it is, for Mel Gibson. $400 million deal he wants Mel Gibson. Yeah, they're greedy pigs, obviously. Peter will be happy with $70 million. A lot of money. Thank you, Ivan. You're very generous. I don't even make this novel. This is what I made for the Rings. Yes. This is what we made for the Rings. I'm sorry, huh? Yeah. But Peter's a greedy man. He's a greedy pig, man. I recommend you guys read his book, man. Read that book, The Makings of Middle Earth, anything you can imagine. Obviously, that was a really, really good. That's a really good book. I read the whole thing in like a week. I read the whole book I binged the whole book in like a week and a half, man. I read the whole thing, man. It was like a 500 something page book. I binged the whole thing because it talked about the behind the scenes of everything. How Peter Jackson and Fran, they did these horror B movies like Bad Taste, Heavenly Creatures, and Brain Dead. I think their first movie was Heavenly Creatures, and second was Bad Taste, and third was Brain Dead. And then Peter wanted to do Lord of the Rings. Obviously, when Lord of the Rings was owned by Saul Zaentz at the time, because Tolkien sold the rights to Saul Zaentz back in the 50s, whatever it is. Obviously, and then Peter got in touch with Miramax, which is Harvey Weinstein's company, obviously at the time, and he pitched to Harvey Weinstein, but Harvey Weinstein's like, yeah, Harvey Weinstein originally wanted to do one movie or two movies, and Peter told Harvey Weinstein like, we can't do Lord of the Rings, we can't cram Lord of the Rings in one movie, it won't work, or two movies. So Sarah, yeah. Because Miramax was also a company involved with Lord of the Rings. They took 5% of New Line's earnings for Lord of the Rings, Miramax, I believe. Yeah, they took a piece of it, Miramax. And then Peter got lucky. He pitched Lord of the Rings to all these studios. All of the studios rejected Peter, except for New Line. New Line gave him a shot. And they told Peter, why would you make two movies when you can make three? And then Lord of the Rings was greenlit, and New Line eventually funded the movie. And Miramax got a piece of it, I think. If I remember, I think they got a piece of it. Yeah, Miramax is Harvey Weinstein's company, obviously. So sorry. Yeah, that's how he got the rights to Lord of the Rings, obviously. Sick book, and yeah, and Sean Astin's check was so shitty he complained about his check. That's how you know Peter's greedy, man. Yeah, Peter didn't care. He's a greedy pig, man. Yeah, man. Sean Austin was shocked when they offered him that kind of contract. He's like, 250K is a shitty fucking paycheck. He complained about his check. And I think Michael Lynn or Bob Shea, they told Elijah Wood he has a crappy agent. We could have paid you double. And they told him that. I also know they're fucking greedy pigs, yeah. Yeah, Elijah Wood, you have a shitty agent. We could have easily paid you double. We paid you less because we're fucking assholes, yeah. They told Elijah Wood that. And Peter had stood up for Elijah Wood. He said, don't tell your actor that, man. He told Michael and Bob Shea, don't say that to your actor. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then Peter made 10 million for his base for the movie, and he got 10% of the profits of the movie, as well as the game, the merch, and DVD sales. He got a piece of it all. And that's how he made his $250 million. And New Line owed him a bit more money, and Peter took to the court. That's, he's a greedy pig, man. Yeah, man. Amazing book. But the makings of Middle Earth, it focuses more on the business of the movie, not the art. You don't really get much of the art side of the book. It's more of the business, how much money the movie did, all that stuff, right? Yeah. It was a sick book. I read the whole thing in like a week, man. It was an amazing book. I bought it last year. It was an amazing book, man. Yeah. I might read it again. Reread it again, obviously, later. I don't know. Maybe when I'm king, I might reread it again. Reread the book again, obviously, to build excitement for my Zane's project. I reread the makings of Middle Earth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there. Yeah. So Peter obviously does not have a good relationship with Bob Shane and Michael Lynn because they duped him. They ripped him off, man. Don't rip off your fucking directors, man. Don't do that. They will lose respect for you, man. If you owe, even though Peter's a greedy pig, he's a greedy animal, obviously. If you sign a contract and he's owed money, pay him what you owe him. Don't be a dick and be like, oh, we pay him $250 million. That's enough. That's not the point. The point is, what did he sign? If you owe him more money, you pay him the money. But they went to court, but I don't think Peter got his money. They settled an agreement, some kind of agreement, and I don't think Peter got his money. As Peter obviously does not have a good relationship with New Line, obviously. He doesn't like those guys. Yeah. I read the book, and I saw the pictures in the book. Obviously, the Cannes Film Festival. You see Peter with the actors. It looks like they had a blast. Obviously, well, they're gonna have much more fun than my movie. Yeah, some saying, yeah, because Peter signed his massive $750 million deal. He's getting paid, obviously, and what? The Bob Shea and Michael Lynn owned like an $11 million mansion, and they invited all the stars to their mansion. They had a party at their house. There's a scene in the book where Bob Shea or Michael Lynn, I think Michael Lynn was crying, and he pulled Peter aside. He's like, Peter, I need this. I need this movie to be successful. Peter's like, don't worry about it. This movie will be successful. Because they took a huge risk on Lord of the Rings when New Line when they made the movie. Yeah, huge risk. Obviously, because fantasy movies tend to not make money, right? But Lord of the Rings paved the way for fantasy movies. Obviously, and Harry Potter too, right? Because Harry Potter came out the same year as Fellowship of the Ring. The first movie came out in 2001. Lord of the Rings came out in 2001. I remember when Lord of the Rings came out. Yeah, it was all over. It was all over TV. The Lord of the Rings. I said, yeah, all that stuff. This is the days. This is before YouTube, right? When everything was on TV. It was on YouTube back then. Yeah, obviously. Sarah? Yeah, obviously. Yeah, if Peter does not like my offer, my $425 million deal, I'm like, Peter, if you don't like this, I'll just hire Mel over you, and then what? Same goes for Mel. You're missing out on this opportunity to be saved and experience just as many movies. Yeah, it's a deal. This is more than what Lord of the Rings. Like, you're very generous. Thank you, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I'm having much more fun working on your movie than I did Lord of the Rings, man. Your movie is fucking amazing. Yeah, you gave me unlimited budget. You know what I'm saying? You're spoiling with all these perks, limo services, part of my condo, my yachts. Like sometimes on weekends, if Peter wants, sometimes on weekends if Peter wants to work on a script all day, okay, come to my yacht. We can work on a script in my yacht. You know, so we have a good time at my yacht. Yeah, thanks, spoiled man. Yeah, I knew I didn't do this, Ivan. Yeah, Bob Shea and Michael Lynn don't own a $70 million yacht. They can't afford that. Those guys are worth maybe $100 million or something like that. Peter's bigger than them now. Peter's bigger than Bob Shea and Michael Lynn right now because he took all the money for the Rings. He made even more than them. I don't know how much money they made, but I don't think they made the kind of money Peter made. Peter made like $250 million as a movie. Give me a second. I'm gonna go upstairs and get my coffee. I'm back in a second. Okay, give me a second. All right, I'm back. I'm just gonna get another coffee. What's the first thing Mel and Peter will ask you? They're gonna ask me, "What's the budget? How much money are you putting towards this movie?" That's what they're gonna ask me, obviously. People will tell me, "Ivan, how much money are you gonna give me for the Zane's movie?" Like he already knows. So I'm like 1.2 billion, $50 million. Is like holy shit. He's shocked. Yeah. Ivan, New Line only gave me about $300 million for like the three movies, and you're putting 1.2 million dollars towards your three movies. I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. He's shocked. I tell him how much money I'm putting towards all the sections, the extras. He's like, Ivan, we can have an extra 5,000 extras. We can easily afford it. Yeah. How much do you pay the extras, Ivan? I'll pay them 180 bucks. Ivan, that's a good paycheck for them. You know what I'm saying? Because buying by his greed. Yeah, it's a good paycheck, obviously. And Peter will be excited. Oh, you can see how excited he is, or Mel. They're going to be very excited, obviously, with the movie. You can see that smile on his face. He's excited. Because he signed a massive deal. Obviously, he knows he's going to get paid, and I'm spoiling the perks. And he's going to be a part of an Ivy's Music movie, the best story told, the most picture. Yeah, man. I'm saying, this has been crazy. Now, all Peter has to do is just help me with the main business calls every Fridays, and the concert arts, and help me court with every morning from 9 to 12. You have to do that, Peter. You have to help me and BJ. I'm sorry. Just the main things. Yeah, Ivan. The most important things for the movie we make the call for, except for set pulling. Set pulling, you can have your script developers cover that, obviously. Whereas the other stuff, me, VJ, and Peter, or me, VJ, and Mel can handle on our own. And that's why you don't need to hire like 20 people. You're wasting money. 7 people is enough, and you have assistants helping me. That's enough to make the calls for the movie. It's enough, obviously. Me, VJ, and Peter will handle the main things. And Peter knows about all the best stuff in Hollywood. He'll know about all that stuff. Yeah, I know the best company for costumes and armor and weapons. I know the best company for visual effects, for cameras. Yeah. Ivan, you want the movie in 3D? No. My movie is not released on theaters. I don't want it 3D. 3D TVs are the 3D TV flopped, man. Remember the 3D TV that came out? Yeah, people barely bought that because it's a waste of money. No one buys 3D TVs. 3D is only good for the theaters. I'm not releasing my movies on theaters, Peter. I'm releasing it online. I'm releasing it direct to 4K Blu-ray. Because I don't want 3D technology, but we can put 4K technology if they have that in cameras. Peter, do they have 4K technology for cameras? Yeah, they do, Ivan. Okay, fine. We can get the 4K technology for the cameras, and we can get the IMAX experience. You want the IMAX experience, Ivan? Yeah, Peter, I want the IMAX experience. We rent the film IMAX cameras, not the digital ones, the film ones. I don't want that Hobbit look, Samsara. I'm very strict with Peter. I don't want the Hobbit look. I want the balance of visual effects and practical effects. Like the Chromecast picture I posted on my Twitter account, my old Twitter account, right? Yeah. Because I have to create a new Twitter account. I can't access my current Twitter account because my Hotmail's fucked up right now. Yep. Samsara? Yeah. That's why to take the stress off you and Peter, do like 3 hours a day working on your script. That way Peter's not stressed out. When he takes his notes, he only has to take notes for maybe 3, 4 pages, maybe 5 pages. That's not that bad. Whereas if you work all day in the script, you might write 10 pages in one day, and it's stressing taking notes for 10 pages. That's too stressing for Peter. So do 3 hours a day. But sometimes if Peter wants to work on a script all day, we can do that. We can go on a weekend when we're off. We can work on a script all day if you want. We'll get a Del Toro. We can do. Sometimes we might do that, obviously. But sometimes we might work on weekends by working on a script all day and doing more concert hours. But everyone gets the weekends off, obviously. Some Sarah. Everyone gets weekends off. You want Guillermo del Toro help you with the script? Yes, he's my assistant director. I want him and Peter to have the same vision, so have him help you with the script. Have Fran help you. Fran's very talented. Have her help you with the script too. They only need to help us maybe like twice a week, and the rest of the week it's just me and Peter. It's enough. Me and Peter work on the script like from every morning, Monday to Friday. And in the afternoon we do concerts after lunch. So, here's the guy, Ivan. Your scheduling is very smart. Like, yeah, you don't want to be stressed out working on the script all day every day. It's too stressing. Do 3 hours a day. We write a good 3, 4, 5 pages. That's enough. And after that, we focus on the concerts. Samsara. It's good because while we're working on the script, we're imagining all the scenes. Obviously, when we do the concert arts, we can have some better ideas for John Howe and Alan Lee of the world because we just wrote like a couple pages of the script. Samsara. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. People tell me, yeah, Ivan, I can see this talking Lord of the Rings. Looking at an amazing movie, man. Ivan, you have no idea the kind of technology you're putting towards this movie. This is unheard of. $200 million towards each volume alone. Like for Lord of the Rings, we only put like what, like 120 million towards visual effects. Now it's towards all three movies. You're putting $200 million towards each volume alone. I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. He's like, Ivan, we can do whatever we want with this movie. Unlimited resources, yeah. Peter doesn't have to worry about running out of money for the scenes. Yeah, Ivan, this 5,000 Exodus of Saphias, we can afford it. Because I have a $35 million towards extras, yeah. Hollywood couldn't afford this for Lord of the Rings, yeah. I'm sorry. The best drones in Hollywood can afford. The best food for the farms we can buy, yeah. You're serving the actors and crewmen food from the farms. He's like, holy shit, like the sliders and the pizza and all that stuff and the teriyaki meat. He's like, holy shit, yeah. That's tasting food, Ivan. Yeah. Yo, Ivan, they're gonna work hard for you, Ivan, if you serve that kind of food. Yes. Yes, they're gonna work hard for me. They're gonna work really, really hard for me. Yeah, man. So Peter will help him VJ keep track of the budget. Yeah, he's my executive producer. He has to help me keep track, as well as the 17 are gonna help me keep track too. Like Peter is responsible for keeping track of the budget too because he's my executive producer. So I'm gonna ask Peter how much money is getting burned every day. Let me and VJ know. The accountant has to let us know too. Yeah, Peter has to talk to the accountant. How much money got burned today? How much money do we have left for this scene in the budget? He has to keep tabs of that. Same time, he has to put on his directing hat and direct. But when he directs, I'll have him focus more on the creative, but he has to also do a bit of the business stuff too, obviously. A little bit. Just like me and VJ will do a bit of business stuff too. Production year, right? Yeah. Sarah? So Peter signed the actors of Lord of the Rings. He probably was involved in the contracts. Yeah, he's executive producer. Executive producers are involved are the ones who usually sign the contracts, man. They're the ones who sign the contracts. Just like Kevin Feige, he signs all the Marvel actors because he's the executive producer. Yeah, obviously, right? Yeah. Peter probably was involved with the contracts for the Lord of the Rings actors. You know what I'm saying? And he's shocked once he knows how much money these actors are getting paid. He's like, holy shit, Ivan. For Lord of the Rings, these actors got peanuts, man. You're paying these stars like they're consistent millions. I'm like, yes. He's like, holy shit. Your company's burning Hollywood. Yeah, it's burning Hollywood, obviously. I'm sorry? Rich millions, man. Biggest contract for entire cast. That's why they work hard for me. Harder than even those Lord of the Rings actors. Obviously. Peter, what do you think of Vigo from Aramis? You think he's better than Don Cheadle? I don't know, Ivan. Yeah, he's a bit older. He's like 70 now. I think Don Cheadle's a better man. He's only in his like mid late 60s. Obviously. Who do you think is better for Aramis? I think Don Cheadle's better for the role, to be honest. I picture Aramis as a black man, not a white man, Samsara. I might choose Vigo. Who knows? Yeah. Vigo is cheaper than Don Cheadle because he's only worth like 30 some million dollars. He's a smaller age actor. I can offer him his 10 million for the role, and he gets like 11 million in royalties for the movie. That's a good deal for Vigo. He'll destroy the role of Maramis. He'll work harder for me than he did for even New Line for Aragon because he got paid more money, obviously. Whereas Don Cheadle gets his 10 million and 16 million royalties. He's big. He's worth like $40 million. So give him a nice 16 million royalties. It's a good deal for Don Cheadle. Obviously, Don Cheadle gets the second highest royalty amount because he's bigger than all the other actors. But his base is not the highest. Idris Elba has the highest base because he's the key to the plot. That's why I'm paying him his 12 million. Show my calendar.